for the chump line.
When Joe Biden said a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step, was he referring to Hunter?
You're not going to believe this story. If you haven't followed this story today about Hunter Biden and the gun, it's really amazing. What kind of father doesn't teach his daughter-in-law and his son how to dispose of an unwanted gun so that it doesn't bring down the wrath of the local constabulary? It's really a case of extremely poor parenting, in my opinion.
That press conference was amazing. You couldn't even see Harris's lips moving.
I don't put too much faith in her political acumen and general overall IQ, because I don't think either one is too high.
Copy.
The Chump Line is brought to you today by Matthews Brothers, America's oldest window manufacturer. And recently we gave a shout out on social media to another century-plus-old American business. Point values are increasing for your chance to fish with Dave Marciano. Go to MatthewsBrothers.com, enter play, and you just might win.
I would say Biden's press conference would be considered a success. He came out wearing pants.
Exactly. Yeah. I know. 256 says you should hear Fox Radio News take on President Asterix's press tongue bath. It's unbelievable. They played BS about sending back thousands. Fox News, radio news is pretty damn weak, isn't it? Overall, I mean, it's not quite as bad as ABC, quote unquote, news, but it's not much of an improvement.
Hey, when are they going to come out with a vaccine for the Irish flu? I get that at least twice a week.
Yeah. The only thing I could say about the Irish flu is don't say you lack the enzyme. That works for illegal aliens, that you lack the enzyme to metabolize alcohol. Remember that the guy, an illegal alien from Ecuador who killed an American citizen. This guy was so drunk that he had his anchor baby in the cab of the truck with him, and he ran over the guy and then backed up and ran over him again. And they had a court-appointed, meaning we pay for him, psychiatrist, and the courts and the psychologist actually said he's of Mongoloid descent. That was his word, meaning native Indian. He's of Mongoloid descent and therefore lacks the enzyme to metabolize alcohol. I wouldn't recommend any Hibernians out there in the audience using that defense in an OUI case.
Hey, you see Admiral Stockdale doing the presser today? Who am I? Why am I here?
Wasn't quite that bad. I was watching it on a really good TV set. His eye, he really looked bug-eyed though, didn't he? Just his eyes. Most of the time, I don't even know what color his eyes are. Today they were very brown.
Howie, I think Dementia Joe might be brilliant by sending Commie Harris to the border. If there's one deterrent more powerful than a wall, it's this.
Ooh. We won't be needing to hear that again.
And Jim Eagle was a bad dude.
Yeah, Jim Eagle. I still don't get that. Jim Crow, Jim Eagle. Was that supposed to be funny somehow?
There's some bad bird joke.
I don't get it.
A joke gone afoul, if you will.
Oh, that's good. That's a good point. 860 says that psychiatrist from Yale will now get hired on CNN. There may be a bidding war between CNN and MSNBC, though. You know, I mean, not everybody can go to CNN. Like, and whatever. I thought they hired like Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, Joe Kennedy. Where are these people? Never see them. I mean, not that I ever watch those channels, but I never see them popping up on social media for their bon mots or whatever.
Joe Biden made a confusing remark during his press conference where he said it will make Jim Crow look like Jim Eagle. What he meant to say was it will make Jim Crow look like Jim Barn Owl.
I think one of the funnier things, and it takes a while to process, I had to hear it 2 or 3 times before I realized what he was saying, is when he play cut number 20 about the average person making $1 billion a year. Listen to this. Cut 20.
Reducing taxes to the point that people who are making, if you're a husband and wife, school teacher and a cop, you're paying at a higher rate than the average person making $1 billion a year is.
The average person making $1 billion a year. May we quote you on that, Mr. President?
Now, if we could just get these immigrants to circle back.
You can't unring the dinner bell. That's the problem.
You Mayor, did I hear Karen Polito just bought a place at Ricketson's Point? I used to like taking my girlfriends there for a drive out to the water. Yeah.
Yeah. The Edward M. Kennedy Institute for the Senate, are they going to have the glass bottom boat come back in this summer, this post-COVID summer? The glass bottom boat, so you can go out and wave hello to all of Ted Kennedy's girlfriends in the harbor.
Yes, Mr. President. Why didn't you take any questions from Fox?
I think we all know the answer to that question. How about this one? Mr. President, yesterday you told us that, by the way, dogs may help cure cancer. Can you elaborate on that? Do you have some studies you'd like to show us for citations?
Charlie Parker here. First off, I just want to thank Joe Biden for giving me this name. It's a wonderful name. And secondly, thank you for having a press conference, because the more you talk, the smarter I look.
You see, there's a story in Politico about how all these rhino governors, Corey mentioned another one, Larry Hogan. I call him Larry Hogan Parker from Maryland, and Phil Scott from Vermont. All these guys, now that they can't dump on Trump and appear to be these principled, in quotation marks, Republicans, their popularity ratings are dipping precipitously. Of course, they're also doing all of them are kind of doing a crappy job on the vaccination rollout. At least Parker and Hogan Parker are, and Scott is just totally overreacted to the whole thing.
That was your last CHUMPLINE message. Thank you for calling Howie Carr, you chump.
All right, that's it for the CHUMPLINE today. The CHUMPLINE is the recorded voicemail message service of the Howie Carr Show. You can call and leave a message between the hours of 1 and 4 Eastern every afternoon. The number is 844-500-4242, 844-500-4242. And press 2 for the CHUMPLINE. Leave your message. We may or may not play it at this time each weekday. If you didn't hear your message, or you just want to hear more CHUMPLINE messages, you can stand by for Chopped Chumps. That's our podcast that we post. Those are the messages that didn't make it on the CHUMPLINE just now. And you can get Chopped Chumps every evening, weekdays, around 7 o'clock, wherever you get your Howie Carr Show podcasts. The CHUMPLINE is brought to you by Matthews Brothers, America's oldest window manufacturer. And recently we gave a shout out on social media to another century-plus old American business. Point values are increasing for your chance to fish with Dave Marciano. Go to MatthewsBrothers.com, enter play, and you just might win.
When Joe Biden said a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step, was he referring to Hunter?
Maybe he was. Maybe it wasn't the wind that knocked him over. Maybe it was the furious flapping of the wings of another barn owl. Those barn owls don't like the Bidens. 508, new name for Trump's network. The name for Trump's new network just dawned on me. The Trump line. I like that. The Trump line. Where did he get that? I'm Howie Carr.
The paper boy with a big microphone. Howie Carr.